Hello everyone, this is Prabhjot Kaur and welcome to my channel. If you are already running Windows operating system on your PC and you are planning to get any other operating system on the same machine, the first and obvious solution is getting your machine dual boot. But there is another solution. Without getting dual boot your system, you can still use Ubuntu or any other Linux distribution on your already existing Windows operating system. So that's exactly what we are going to do in this video. The solution is Virtualbox. With Virtualbox, you can create as many virtual machines as you want. On all virtual machines, you can get and install different operating systems. So I'm going to demonstrate step-by-step guide how you can get and install Ubuntu operating system on your Windows 10. So first thing is that we require Virtualbox to get installed. So this is the web Virtualbox. Second thing is we will require ISO file for the Ubuntu distribution that you can download from this link. So I'm going to provide you these two links in the description of this video. I have already downloaded these two things. So let's begin with installing Virtualbox. Installing Virtualbox is easy because this is similar to installing any other application on the Windows. So let's quickly follow along the on-screen options. So after Virtualbox will be installed, you will see this window, and into this window we are going to start with creating a new virtual machine. Let's say if you want to use the different operating systems, so you will require as many PCs as many operating systems you want to install. This Virtualbox is going to give you a virtual machines onto which you can install different operating systems without actually dual booting and actually replacing your existing operating system. So this is Virtualbox. So we will click on new to create a new and first virtual machine. So let's give it a name. So in this particular video we are installing Ubuntu. So I am choosing the here Ubuntu 64-bit. As you can see, this Virtualbox version supports as many number of operating system as listed here. So for current video, so we are planning to install Ubuntu. So Ubuntu 64-bit will go fine with this. So clicking on next. Now we need to provide the memory size. This is the first thing, that RAM memory, that we are going to provide this. So if you are just installing this Ubuntu or any other Linux distribution just for the experimental part, so you can give it less space. But if you want to make it a full-fledged and want to do serious things, so you can provide at least 4 GB RAM for this particular machine, this virtual machine. For my case, I am giving it a 4 GB. So going to the next. Now again, first thing was the RAM. Now we need to require a hard disk also. So let's create the hard disk. And I have selected here dynamically allocated. So for this particular machine, I am going to provide it around 100 GBs. Approximately 100 GB space for hard disk. So in the previous option I have selected dynamically allocated, which means maximum space for this operating system, this Ubuntu, is 102 GBs. But if it will require less, this other space will be available for Windows operating system itself. So that's the meaning of dynamically allocated. So we'll click on create. So you can see our virtual machine has been successfully created. So first step is done. Now the second step is to install Ubuntu distribution on this virtual machine. So in a physical machine, what you do is you get the machine, you get it powered off. Whichever operating system you want to install, you must have that USB media, bootable USB media, or onto which operating system files are there. So this is our virtual machine. So we are going to provide virtual bootable media for this. So for that, you have to choose that virtual machine, and then you will go to the settings, and from storage you can see controller IDE. This is empty because now we will provide the virtual bootable media, and we have to browse from here, choose the disk file. You have to browse the already downloaded ISO image for the operating system. This video is especially for Ubuntu distribution, but these steps are going to be very similar for any other operating system. So we will browse and open it and then click OK. This was the second step. We have created a virtual machine and then we have provided the location of ISO file from which it has to install. So now we have to start this virtual machine so that our Ubuntu can be installed on this machine. So you can see the size of this window is very small. So you can go to the view option and then scaled mode, then switch. So this is going to fit on the entire screen. so that you can see the options clearly. So after it will finish checking the disk, this is going to give us two options. Either try the Ubuntu or install the Ubuntu. You can see that this menu is similar to whenever you have installed Ubuntu on a physical machine. So either you can try the Ubuntu directly from the removable media, or you can permanently install the Ubuntu. So we will move and install the Ubuntu, and you can, if you want, you can change the language of operating system right from here. I'm good with English, so moving forward. Next thing is to choose the keyboard layout. Again, if you want to change the language, you can change it. And here I have to select this option because I want the good experience. So this is going to take a more space, so I don't have any restriction on the space. So similarly, I'll go with the normal installation, not the minimal one. Clicking on continue. So again, no problem, you can erase the disk and install the Ubuntu. When we have created this virtual machine, you might remember that we have created a new hard disk, separate hard disk for this Ubuntu distribution, for this virtual machine actually. So we need not to worry if it will erase the files, because this has a separate space, so your Windows file will not get harmed from this. You can go with this erase disk and install Ubuntu, and clicking on install now. You can ignore this because we need not to give any partition or that. You can continue. Next is the time location. Now here you have to create your username and password. You have to remember this password because whenever you will be switching on this virtual machine, so this is going to ask you a password. Continue. This is again going to take a while for copying and installing the files. So I'll fast forward this. After it will finish copying and installing the files, it is going to ask us to restart the machine. This is not the restarting for your actual machine, but this virtual machine will get restarted. So we have to wait for a while. It will get again. So then we will be into our freshly installed Ubuntu. So this will be a welcome screen. So let's enter the password that we have created during installation. Just press enter. So that's it. Your Ubuntu is ready, and this is exactly same as Ubuntu being installed on a physical machine or whether it's on a dual boot. All the applications are available here, so you can use them as you are actually using on a physical machine. So you can switch off this. Let me quickly show how you can restart this machine again. So power off. Let me close it and I'll show you. Search Virtualbox. So this window will pop up. You can see this virtual machine is powered off. You have to select the machine and then you have to click on start button. Congratulations, you have successfully installed Ubuntu on your Windows operating system machine without actually getting your machine a dual boot. You can work in this operating system similar to the actual machine, and you can create the files and you can save them. And you might remember that we have provided it 100+ GB space and 4 GB RAM. So you can work and play with this operating system and your files will remain same here, will remain intact here. So whenever you will be power owning this machine, you will get your files placed where.
If you found some value in the content shared in the video, please hit the like button below. Also do subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Thank you for watching.